There is something truly astonishing looking back at historical documents. What you're seeing here is most probably one of the first prototypes which are made based on this, which is effectively the Nikola Tesla electromagnetic motor. This was patented the May 1st, 1888, and of course it never saw the day of light. And the reason is very simple. This particular machine, as many other magnetic machines, would give effectively free energy to everyone. In the 19th century, when corporations wanted to make the most of petrol and of course carbon, this invention was a complete no-no to the world at that time. Now just imagine for a second, you would have literally infinite energy because of magnetic motors, which would effectively never run out, guys. This is how crazy technology actually is. It's all in the air. You don't need it. You don't need to create something new because all the energy is already in the atmosphere just by harnessing the magnetism of our world. Another strange one is that they effectively removed a lot of the bells. That's right, we're talking about the bells in many towers, which they were completely removed from many places in the last 200 years. And this is something very interesting because you see the reason why they removed the bells is because these particular bells were creating a so-called resonance in the buildings. The bells were used to effectively create a vibration, which in some instances could be very beneficial for the humans. This is why these were removed, were broken, were destroyed, and were effectively thrown away. Bells are a way to create a vibration, and you can see this in churches. Some of the churches have the same form as a circuit, as you can see here, the circuit of life or the circuit of vibration. In the beginning, there was the word. What does this mean effectively? That vibration is the essence of everything. DNA, all right, vibrates at a certain frequency. You can basically create things from nothing by using vibration. Vibration is the most purest form of energy. When you vibrate, the atoms, all right, in any object, doesn't matter if it's alive or dead, vibrate to a certain frequency. By altering that particular frequency, you are literally creating, guess what? That's right, different results on the sound waves of humanity. And this is why in the old ancient buildings we see that many of them were completely removed. And the pillars, some of them which produced notes in the past, were completely removed because they have effects on humanity, which, as you guys remember, are very beneficial. But the modern world today does not want this. They want to remove every single tiny particular piece of technology from the past which would benefit human beings, and of course implement other more artificial solutions. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here we're seeing a collection of very interesting temples and almost like entrances to underground places which are literally deep in the rock. They were carved in the rocks ages ago, and some of these guys are just absolutely astonishing. Now, these are just some examples of this. When not in India, for example, some of these were considered to be nuclear bombing refugee places which were very resistant. This is again one example, completely carved into stone, all right, made by civilizations about 1,000, 2,000 years ago, okay? The question is the following: how did they have the amazing tools to create these amazing perfect cuts? As you can see here, I mean, come on, let's just look at this, guys. This is really important. Look at these perfect cuts made, all right, in the stone, and it's just incredible, all right? This is just incredible. This is just so well made, all right? Who would even do that? And the reason why they would spend that amount of resource in making these huge deep cuts into the stone of a mountain, potentially escaping, sheltering themselves against some big catastrophe. But what was the reason behind that? Why the design? Why the opulence of it? Why the columns? Why the specific statues? What was it protecting? Was it a religious place? Was it a spiritual place for gathering and performing certain rituals? Was it the entrance to a very advanced civilization which were effectively guarding it with their particular statues of vibration. Guys, no idea, but what is true is the following. This is just one more example that most likely what we are being told that of the events of the past are very different from the reality. So guys, that's it for this short video on, again, some of the most amazing evidences that we are not almost like we don't even know exactly what's the true history. We are told some things, of course, some things which are maybe a bit true, but in general, the vast majority of things which we learn are very skewed because there's an interest from certain people to control the events of the past. And guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next upload.